Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the MAKSELIFE 2024 launch items. And the items we're going to take a look at today are the 4 goal setting quarterly notebooks. I have the Fresh Start set, which is the green and the blues. And then we'll also take a look at the Flagship goal setting planner, and I have that in the cover of Radiant. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the Flagship goal setting planner. This is a 12-month goal setting and weekly planner. The biggest change this year is the addition of this high quality spiral coil. It is very sturdy. It doesn't have a whole lot of give in it, but just enough that it will work with the planner itself. One thing I will note for those of you that use the Erin Condren interchangeable covers is that you cannot use them on this planner because it has one additional coil that the Erin Condren does not have. So it has one extra coil on the end. So just be aware of that. If you're thinking, oh, a spiral coil I can use on my Erin Condren or other interchangeable covers, you cannot because it has that one extra coil. But I feel like their covers are so beautiful that I have not really felt a need to use my interchangeable covers on any of the MAKSELIFE planners over the past 4 years that I've been using it. So this is year 5 for me. This is my 5th MAKSELIFE planner that I'll be using. So I did get the cover of Radiant. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cover. So the cover is a hard cover, but it is thinner than last year's cover. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to put these two side by side here so you can kind of see the difference. So this is last year's cover, which is a little stiffer. This year's cover has a little more bend to it, but not so much that it's an issue. So it does have a little more give, but it's much thinner, but it's still really sturdy. So this planner comes in a vertical or horizontal. I got the horizontal. So let's take a look on the inside. The other thing is that they did again this year is these customized papers on the inner covers of both of the covers, and the pocket in the back uses that same paper. They did that last year on the 2023 versions, and on the 2023 versions the boxes matched this inner the keepsake boxes, but this year they went to a standard keepsake box, so all of the planners that come will have this same keepsake box that they come in. So this is a 7x9 planner. It is $78 and it is 3.15 pounds, which is kind of heavy. I do not carry this around with me from day to day. I typically leave this on my desk at home. This is kind of like my journal and my goal setting all in one. So let's take a look at what is in the planner. So it does have this, again, this cover page. And then it has the goal setting section. This goal setting section, again, is identical to the 2023 version. They're going to be updating it in 2025 from what I've heard. So there is really no changes to the goal setting section in the 2024 planner. So you do have the compass assessment that you'll take, the assessment scoring, and then intentions, starting to set your goals. And then you'll go into doing how to write your goals, the 3 types of goals that you might want to consider having, breaking down your goals into annual goals, monthly goals, and weekly actions. And then also it talks a little bit about that weekly reflection process. It gives you some things to consider in the different areas of life, and then a space to create a mind map. And then we get into our annual goals. So This is very similar to the layout from last year. So you have the areas of life and then a section for your focus. It has a dot grid instead of the line version. You could easily draw lines if you don't like the dot grid. It has how will my life improve by reaching these work and learning goals. And I always kind of tie those back to my intentions or my word of the year. So there are 8 areas of life. So you'll see for these, they are broken out over 4 pages. And then there is a vision board section for you to write out a draw or create a vision board for the year. Goal setting quick tips, and then we get into each of the months. So you'll see January, the tab is that laminated tab. This page is a little thicker than the other pages, I believe. Maybe not. It might be the same. Yep, I think it is the same. So it is the same weight of paper, which I believe is the 120 GSM bright white. So each of the monthly tabs have some type of quote or some type of kind of motto or saying that connects to something in that month. So this is January, building inner wealth is your definition of success. Who you become in the process of working towards your goals is as important, if not more so, than crossing the finish lines of achievement, which is so true. Then we get into the monthly section. So you'll see here I was playing with the new Post-it notes and you see that they fit perfectly into the monthly boxes. But each monthly calendar does have a Sunday start. I know that they've been talking a little bit about whether they're going to switch to a Monday start or not. But right now it is still a Sunday start. Each month has a specific color. This month of January is a blue. You'll notice there's another quote up at the top. There's a notes section on the side, and then there's a calendar down in the bottom right for the next month. Then when we get into each monthly section, you will have January, you'll have your monthly goals. So again, now we have the 8 areas of life, but now they're broken down onto 2 pages instead of 4. So this is where we're going to take those goals that we have for our annual, and we're going to kind of look at what is going to happen in the month of January and how can I work towards achieving those goals in the month of January. And I'm going to note that down here. And then we get into, there's a dot grid page here that I could put some information down. There's always some little tips down here. And then we get into weekly actions. And this is where I have the today tab. This is a bookmark that comes. So you'll see it has today at the top. And then it has a ruler that goes to about 7 inches down the side. And then in the bottom corner is the little Maxi wheel of life. And this can snap in and snap out really easily. It is super efficient, and I love the way it looks. Easy to pull in, easy to pull out. So it makes it really easy when you are gonna move this bookmark around. So each week you have the week up at the top, weekly actions. This is where you're gonna kind of put down those goals that you have that you're gonna accomplish during that week in each of the 8 areas of life. Sometimes I fill in all 8, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm really just focusing on 1 or 2. And then again, this is the horizontal layout. So you're gonna notice there is line sections and then there's boxes on the right side. One other change is that the heart that used to be kind of here at the end of each of the boxes has now been changed to that wheel of life. And this is the same in the vertical version. So in the vertical version, there's vertical columns, and down in the bottom, there is another heart on those columns as well. And that has been changed to the wheel of life. And then over here on the bottom right, we have a notes section. I typically use that to write quotes in, write out your habits, and then you can bubble them in for the week. So each weekly layout is essentially the same. So this is where you're doing your weekly reflections. Again, you have that goal setting kind of quote or action down there. And then we have weekly actions for the next week, a weekly layout, and then it continues for the 4 or 5 weeks that you have in that month of, this is January. When you get to the end of the month, you're going to have your monthly reflections. So this is where you're going to kind of take a look at how the month went and think about biggest wins, things that are working, things that are currently not working, what I learned, what improvements, what am I most grateful for, habits I want to nurture, area I want to focus on, and rate the overall satisfaction. And then we get into February. So again, we have this header here, trust yourself more, for the month of February. And then this is where I was testing out some of the other post-it notes on the February calendar. But you'll see that this is the same with the March mini down in the bottom right. And then we get into February goals, and then we move forward through to the end of February, where we have our monthly reflections. March, same thing. March is green. And then we kind of go through the same process. When we get to the end of March, we have our March monthly reflections, but that is where we have our quarterly assessment. So this is where you have like a little check-in for your assessment that you took at the beginning of the year with the Compass assessment. So you put in your previous scores, and then you put in your current scores. Now, some people, and I used to do this myself, will print off the assessment again off their download site, and they will use the assessment to kind of complete the full assessment. But over the years, I've kind of gotten away from that, and I've just rated my overall satisfaction based on kind of how I was feeling throughout the month. And then at the bottom, you're going to say whether your scores increased, decreased, stayed the same, personal actions, 3 words that describe how I felt, and the biggest opportunity for growth. And then there's also a lined page at the back. So I've used this page in a variety of different ways. Sometimes it's kind of like highlighting the top 3 or 4 items that happened during that quarter. Sometimes it's just pictures, just lots of different ways. And then we get into the next quarter. So now we have April. Again, same type of setup. April is gray. We go through to the end of the month. May is yellow. June is the turquoise. And then again at the end of June, we have our quarter 2 Compass assessment. July is blue. August is purple. September is gray. And again at the end of September, we have quarter 3. So we're getting ready to do that soon. October is orange. November is turquoise. December is red. And then again at the end, we have our quarter 4 Compass assessment as well. Lined paper at the back, and then we have extras. So we have the full year 2024 back here, as well as the full year 2025. There's a place for you to put important dates at the bottom. Sometimes I'll use, I have some transparent dots from Knockout Print Shop that I'll put here to note certain dates that are important that I want to make sure that I remember. And then you have lined paper. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sheets of lined paper if you count this one. And that is just counting one side. And then all the way in the back, we have a pocket. It is just the kind of the same color as the box with the Moxie logo in the corner. And then we have some stickers. These are the same stickers that were in the 7x9 last year with the same colors and everything. So these are there for you as well. When you get all the way to the back, you have that pocket in the back. This pocket is perfect for, and let me grab it. This is what I'm going to use it for. With your orders, I think it's through the 4th, you get a free reflections guide. They will be $10 on the website after that, but this is for the year-end reflections for 2023. So I may slide that in there as well, or one of my dot grid journals, and it holds that really well. So that is, and then the planner also has this strap as well to keep it closed. It is pretty full on the spiral. So if you are someone that is a heavy sticker user, you may want to keep that in mind. I know that my friend Mackenzie over at Mackenzie the Planner, she does recoil her planner. So she only puts 6 months in a planner at a time. So she will pull out 6 months of the content here and then make a second planner with another planner that she purchased, so she'll have 2 for the year because she does use a lot of stickers and it does bulk it up. I use stickers, but not exclusively. So like this is, and again, this is the O-ring, so it's a little different, but you can see how I have used some stickers and there is some bulk to it, but not a lot. So it kind of, you know, I pretty much use stickers, I would say once out of every 3 weeks. So you'll notice that the bulk is not as bad. But if you are definitely a diehard sticker person, you are going to want to consider that because it's kind of full to begin with. So, everything else is very consistent with last year. So I am super excited to get started with this new planner. I know that the spiral is something that a lot of people have been asking for. I've kind of gotten really used to the O-ring, and so I'm not really sure how I feel about the spiral yet, but I'm looking forward to it for now. I do love the new covers. I think that they are amazing. They feel like they're coated, so like if you spill something on it, you can easily wipe it off. So that is the Flagship planner. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in my keepsake box here until I'm ready to start using it. I typically start using mine in probably about November, December area is when I start to kind of set up my planner. So now let's take a look at the companion notebooks. The companion notebooks, you get 4 notebooks, and then you get a like a notebook that has the like goal setting process, and there's goal setting pages in it. So they come in this pack. This is the fresh set. It comes with the 2 greens and 2 blues. There is also the pink set as well. I think that's the Moxie. But yeah, so, and they come with this little sleeve on them to kind of hold them together. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these apart so that we can kind of take a look at them one at a time. So I'm going to set those off to the side. So we'll start with, this is the goal setting pages. So this has goal setting instructions. Now these are all A5 size, and they have this vegan leatherette high quality cover that's very sturdy, laminated almost, very pliable. Similar to what they had last year. So this is where you have the companion notebooks. One thing to note, and I'll see if I can show it here, but these are perforated, and hopefully you can see the perforation there. There is perforation. So if you are a ring planner or you are a disc planner, you could easily tear these out and put them in that. So this is the goal setting instructions, and these are basically those instructions that were in the front of the 7x9. So again, we're going through the steps of the MAKSELIFE kind of goal setting process, the compass assessment scoring, how to set your goals, types of goals, actions, annual goals, monthly goals, that space to kind of brainstorm your annual goals sections. Because it's the A5, it's a little bit smaller than the 7x9, but you still have the 4, 2 per page. And then you have the vision board section, and then the goal setting tips. So, and this does not have any type of pocket in the back, so you could easily put this in a folio and kind of use that to kind of keep with you when you're doing your planning. So I'm going to put that off to the side, and then we'll get started with, and each of these notebooks are exactly the same. They have them in this order: just begin, again and again. Quarter 2 is good things take time, trust the timing of your life, and your only limit is your mind. But you could really use these in any order that you would like. So just begin, again and again. Again, on the inside, we have that little confetti kind of pattern. and then we get into the actual notebook. So again, you'll see that perforation along the edge there that you can tear it out. We have our name, phone, and email. And then we have building inner wealth. So this is that quote that we saw in January in the 7x9. And then we have an undated calendar here that you can kind of fill out or get stickers for. And then we have our monthly goals. And then basically all this paper planner is that it has weekly actions and a place for weekly reflections. So these are great for someone who wants to do the goal setting planning of MAKSELIFE, but already has another planner that they are using and are used to or want to continue to use. So you can use these companion notebooks in conjunction with that. So it kind of goes through. Again, we have the monthly reflections at the end, and then we have another month. So you'll notice again, this is undated, so you could use this for any 3-month, any quarterly section, any quarter that you would like to use them for. And then when you get to the back, you do have some lined paper again, and then there is the quarterly compass assessment. So again, we have our monthly reflections at the end of each month, our quarterly assessment, and then there's some lined paper. And then in these, because they are a little bigger and larger, they have a pocket in the back that you can easily put some items in there. So they do not have, there's that sewn in binding. And one other addition this year that I don't think was on last year's, and at least not that I can remember, is this sewn in ribbon bookmark. So this can basically keep your place in the companion notebook as you are going throughout the year. So each companion notebook is the same. Again, this is another one. It's exactly the same as that one I just walked through. It's just with a different cover and a different quote at the front. So again, trust the timing of your life. Exactly the same. And these, just like that goal setting notebook, have that really high quality vegan kind of leatherette kind of cover. It's really pliable, but it won't like bend or get broken. And they have that binding is then sewn on the inside. And then the last one, your only limit is your mind. So I picked these because I thought they went really well with the radiant cover. And that was kind of why I selected this color palette, just because I really wanted to be able to kind of showcase how these all kind of connected. And you'll notice that these all have that little bookmark with them. So that's a deeper look into these two planner sets that I got from MAKSELIFE for the 2024 launch. The 7x9 dated horizontal weekly and goal setting planner runs $78. Companion notebooks comes with the goal instructions, and then 4 A5 notebooks. This is undated and is A5 size, and this also comes as a bundle. All 5 of those come together for $58. So what questions do you have? Please go ahead and post them down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more, and I'm going to have 2 other launch videos that I will try and pop up at the for you to kind of check out with some other items from the 2024 launch. Thanks so much for joining. Bye.